Many people equate being alone with loneliness, but those two words are actually not synonyms. Some people love spending time alone, while others just dread it. It just really depends on the individual. Some people prefer to live alone with no distraction just because they enjoy the quiet, or they value the privacy, or it helps them to get in touch with their spirituality, or even they just can't be themselves around others. And usually they find the easy way out that could just be renting a house. But some of them, well, they prefer a more exotic style and decide to live a little bit differently. So let's see the people who hate the outside world, and you'll get what we mean. Number 5. Elliday Island. A mysterious cottage isolated from the rest of the world is located on an incredibly beautiful island known as Elliday. If you travel to this tiny little island, you will find one single house sitting alone on a grassy pasture. Around 300 years ago, 5 different families called this island home. Here they survived by fishing, raising their own cattle, and hunting puffins in the area. Thanks to the naturally grassy land, the cattle did very well here, as did the families. Although they did not live in the house that currently sits on the island, instead they resided in huts. Somewhere around the 1930s, all the former residents packed up and left, realizing that their isolated community was shorting the same opportunities available everywhere else. The only thing residents couldn't find elsewhere was a better location for hunting puffin. Still, the rumor of a bustling economy awaiting in a more populous part of Iceland tempted the longtime residents to make the tough decision to pick up and start anew. Now, the island is gorgeous, but it's the actual lodge that inspires people and captivates the imaginations of the young and old alike. The lodge was built in 1953 by the Elliday Hunting Association, and it's called the Hunting Lodge. The building does not have electricity or indoor plumbing, and sorry, no internet either. Despite most modern amenities being completely vacant, the island retreat does have a sauna. Without water or electricity, you might be wondering, how does a sauna operate here? There is some water available. The water used for the sauna, cooking, and drinking all comes from the rainwater collection system that is located in the lodge. Interestingly, there is a fence built around the outside of the cabin, which makes it all the more mysterious to those that pass by. Now, rumors about the house on Elliday Island include that a shy billionaire lives there, or that it was donated to Björk, the famous singer from Iceland. Now, neither of these rumors are true, but at least the Björk story has some hint of truth to it. The singer does have a home, but it's on a different island, although it is located in Iceland, and it is also called Elliday. This island is different though, and it's located on the west side of the country. Number 4. Casa do Penedo. Casa do Penedo is a particular type of prehistoric house located in the north of Portugal. The house, which is known as the Castle of Stone, was built between 4 giant stones originally found in the area in 1972. A Portuguese engineer from Guimarães was inspired to build the house to serve as a place for recreation in the countryside. The guy was thinking about the best way to escape the exhausting routine for holidays, and here is the result. The most striking feature of the Casa do Penedo is the fact that it was built in between 4 large boulders, which serve as the structure's walls and ceiling. This allows the house to blend in perfectly with the surrounding landscape. One might not even realize that it is indeed a human habitation if it were to be seen from afar. The rest of the house was constructed mainly out of stone, though other materials were used as well. The staircase, for instance, was built of wood, and the house also has glass windows and a metal door. Although the interior of the Casa do Penedo may be described as rustic, it seems to be quite comfortable. Each room has a different shape, probably due to the boulders that form the walls of the house. A fireplace was installed in the Casa do Penedo to keep it warm during the cold winters, and there is also a sofa made of concrete and eucalyptus wood within the house. Number 3. Tristan da Cunha. Located in the South Atlantic Ocean, the 8-mile-wide British Overseas Territory is the most remote populated island in the world. The nearest mainland city is 1,743 miles east, which is Cape Town in South Africa. The journey from there takes 7 days by boat. Traveling by air? Not an option, as there is no airport on the island. Every inhabitant of Tristan da Cunha, which is 269 at last count, lives in the island's only settlement, Edinburgh of the Seven Seas. Established in the early 19th century, the village is located on the north coast and home to about 70 families, all of whom are farmers. Electricity is supplied by diesel generators. The island's lone road, a narrow winding path, is flanked by bungalow-style cottages, potato patches, and roaming cows. The looming volcanic cliffs and low-lying mist create a secluded, hazy setting. To quote the official website, there are no package tours for independent travelers, no hotels, no airport, no holiday reps, no nightclubs, no restaurants, no jet skis, nor safe sea swimming. Number 2. Just Room Enough Island. Just Room Enough Island, also known as Hub Island, is an island located in the Thousand Islands chain belonging to New York in the US. Just Room Enough Island was purchased in the 1950s by the Sizeland family, who was looking to create a holiday getaway. They built a house on a tiny speck of land, placing the walls right up to the edges of the island, creating a home that was just big enough to fit, and giving the island its quirky name. A pair of bench chairs were placed in front of the home, and there was also a tree growing on one side. And that is all the room the island had. Now, while the Sizelands had hoped for their quirky little getaway to be a nice respite from the hustle and bustle of city life, it soon attracted hordes of sightseers and tourists who broke their placid solitude. In order to be considered an island in the region, the land must be larger than 1 square foot. It must remain above the water level year-round, and it must sustain at least 1 tree. Just Room Enough Island meets these criteria, but it's really more house than the island. So just imagine in your dream, an island with just enough room for a home, a beautiful greenish tree, and a pair of bench chairs for the owners to lounge in the absorbing sun. Your dream is totally matched with this tiny, cozy island. Number 1. Safe House. And here we have a gigantic concrete monolith on the outskirts of Warsaw, Poland, with sliding exterior walls and an aluminum roll-down gate made by a company that normally supplies shipyards, according to the website of Polish architecture firm KWK Promes. Now, the home was built for clients whose top priority was to gain the feeling of maximum security in their future house. Well, for those who need some privacy and don't want to be bothered by other people, this is honestly one of the best solutions, right? From the street side, the dwelling lends little in terms of windows or visual openings. The entrance is lined by a thick exterior fence with 2 slidable gates. When the set of 15-meter-long retractable walls on the eastern and western side are slid all the way out, the entry plot is enclosed into a temporary courtyard space. The back of the house, which faces an expansive garden to the south, features a 6-meter-high roll-down gate that completely opens up the interior to the exterior. Floor-to-ceiling windows provide a panoramic view of the surrounding landscape, presenting the living space with an effectively contrary impression to the one offered by the solid mass of the building. The glazing, which acquires an ample amount of sunlight and energy during the winter, is set back from the exterior shell to create an open terrace space. Once the house opens, its bright and spacious interior merges extensively within the garden. Wide glazings behind the movable walls let the building acquire energy during the day or prevent the sun's heat from going into the house. At night, when the house is all closed, the thick outer layer helps the building to accumulate the gained energy. Such a solution, together with a hybrid heat system and mechanical ventilation with heat recovery, makes the house become an intelligent, passive building. Every day, the house acts similarly. It wakes up every morning to close up after dusk. This routine reminds of the process occurring in nature, and the house resembles a plant in its day and night cycle. Do you prefer spending time by yourself, or do you prefer being surrounded by people? Or maybe the balance is the best key for you? Just let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video from us. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.